But yeah, no, I would turn that shit off in a heartbeat. I'll be honest, if they paid me a few $1,000s to do it, yeah, I'd probably do it. But they're only going to pay you a few $1,000s if you have a few thousand people watching your streams. So at that point, you don't need to worry about those few $1,000s, because if you have that many people watching you, you're making your money off of so many other things at that fucking point. The ad revenue on Twitch is never going to be fucking worth it. Never. Oh, man. Anyway. Let's get to the mission, guys. This is made by Banks. The background here is after a daring raid on a French MOB failed general. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. And the remainder of his militia army, Green 4, have accepted defeat and have retreated to their hideout, which nestles into the... nestles. That's a fun word. Into the rock face on one of Chongo's few hills. After X-ray followed... There's no X-ray, though. What the fuck? There's no X-ray, you lying sack of shit. You removed X-ray. Followed his general, blah, blah, blah. Basically followed them and are going to try to take him out once and for all. Notes, Terminals 1 and 2 at 45-second timer. Terminal 3 is the full 90-second. That is interesting. Blue 4 have had the FAMAS replaced with the M16A4 for balance reasons. Also interesting. Game mode here, you see that they actually have listed out the terminals. There's also the option for a fourth terminal. Interesting. Render distance here is going to be 1,000 meters, and... Defender build point is going to be 150, which is 25 above the standard 125. No NVGs, nor magnified optics here. Fives, I see you've pronounced it for me. I still refuse to say it. I'm sorry. Mat settings are going to be 2 AT rounds per gunner per side between a Maz and an RPG-32. Blue 4's uniforms are going to be the modern French army kits here, but they rebalance their M6, their fucking FAMASs to M16s. That's cute. Otherwise, 249s, 240 Golfs. Basically, this is just the U.S. weapon kits here that they've put on the French units. Interesting. And then an MP7 M4A1 for crew and aviation kits. Nothing on crew served. They got 4 transport trucks, 3 transport Humvees, another transport. The LAVC-2, which is literally just something with a freaking M240 on it, which, again, it's a piece of shit. And then you got the 117, but they've taken out the Mark 19 and replaced it with a 762. But in my opinion, this is the best vehicle in Friday Night Fights. Look, not my fault he wrote the wrong word. It's nested, it's nestled, whatever. Whatever. It's okay. Anyway, looking at our roster here, we got Pierce commanding. I'm not going to say anything. Just saying Pierce is commanding. Only platoon... Okay, they just did that again. Circle is going to be platoon medic. Azuki leading Alpha HQ. Glugman being the Alpha medic. Steve leading Alpha 1 with Norse. Iqbal, Kabubi, Dooley, and Vagrant under him. Geep leading Alpha 2 with Hunavar. Famfo, Good Time Saddam, Wise, and Wayne under him. Valtarian leading Bravo HQ with Wind Potato as the squad medic. Shut It Down leading Bravo 1 with Joseph Zally, Kin, Shadow Fairy, and Nemo under him. Skits leading Bravo 2 with Ronnie Killer, Daedalur, Guardian Zen, and Fred under him. Puma leading Charlie HQ with Daedalus taking the medic for the squad. Popsy leading Charlie 1 with Leziak, Dawadox, Deska Keeper, Kropa, Harvid, and Yuru under him. Depso leading Charlie 2 with Timex, Sayak, Sushi, and Albin under him. We have Delta 1. Looks like they've merged everyone together, so it's Mittens with Fawns, Nolik, Ghoster, Sprazi, Mail, Shun, Newton, Ant, Roderick, Blast, Coco, and Martinez under him. Kevin, Fez, and Grav are going to be a vehicle crew for the 117, which doesn't need that third slot, but I guess they're going to do it anyway. And then Hart's here. I guess he'll funnel into Delta 2 as a late merger there. Otherwise, going ahead and looking over at Green 4. Really nice position here. Again, this is the terrain tool at play because this is not a natural formation, so I appreciate this creation here. But otherwise, looking at Green 4's roster, we have the following units. So it's going to be modern militia kits to break this down. It's platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR. The rounds you were seeing last round with the little parachutes on them, those are called Hunt IR rounds. You can fire them from your underbarrel grenade launcher. And... oh, cool. Glitch with the deformer tool, but they basically give you an eye in the sky, which is quite nice. Machine gunner, assistant, combat engineer, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank, 1 an assistant, and 2 an assistant. Recon infantry, scout, and sniper don't matter because they've been scrubbed out. They were part of X-ray. They don't exist anymore. So you just have the DMRs, which is designated marksmen, crew lead, crewmen, pilots, and medics, and then the base kit. Loadouts for these guys are going to be AKMs and AKSs. That's kind of interesting. Why they rebalanced the AK, or they rebalanced the FAMAS on Blue 4, which is a full auto 5.56 gun, to an M16, which is only burst fire when they're fighting AKMs, which can full auto. I guess the fire rate of the FAMAS just outperformed the AKM at CQC enough to make people complain. I really don't know. That's a bit of a weird call to me, but it's FNF. Balancing an FNF, I'm going to be honest, doesn't make much sense to me. Some people it does, and cool, but the way I see it, it confuses me sometimes. But regardless, RPKs and PKPs for the support weapons. Light anti-tank's going to be the RPG-26. Dante, I can't say that, buddy. They get mad at me when I say shit like that. Recon doesn't matter. And then crew and aviation get a PP-2000 or an AKS as the choice. Nothing on crew-served weapons. Their assets include a BTR-80, some transport Euros here, the single Dishka, and then 2 PKM techies, one as a Datsun pickup and one as a Hilux. Looking over at our roster, I'm going to be honest, Green 4 is looking like the group to vote for, and I'll explain why in a second. But we got Curie commanding with Korvac as the 2IC, Oddball leading Alpha with Jack as the squad medic, Reapers leading Alpha 1 with Seismo, Mike Lurch, and Shy, Nemesis leading... Okay, so no Alpha 2, interesting. Nemesis leading Bravo with Swola as the squad medic. We got Arcor leading Bravo 1 with Ash, Banks, Wheaton, Tackleberry, Major Khan, and Eric Kiru. Bravo 2 being led by Whiplash with Cullis Snaps, Casual Cats, Fine Finn, and Dobbs. Charlie has merged everyone together under King, and he is leading roster. Legal Action, Aim at the Balls, Gogu, Pro Hunter, Thompson, Solomon, Mike, SL Dream, Cake Gear, Artisan, Stark, Cowboy Carl, Mac Marine, and Flux, and that might have just gotten thrown around right there. Interesting. Arma Jesus leading Delta. Interesting. With Bayan as his medic. Delta 1 as Andiri leading Holo, Warkus, Frox, CH, Pyros, and Kale, and then Waldo leading Delta 2 with Mutant Olaf G-Legs under that, and then Lolo and Sam are being a vehicle crew probably for that BTR-80. Now, the tough thing here, and this is why I'm saying Green 4 is a little stacked right now. You saw some of these guys perform on defense last round. You saw Papega do that nasty counterattack. You saw Flux rack up 8 kills. You saw Whiplash rack up 8 kills. So, again, when I talk about why FNF confuses me sometimes with the balance, we had the same team playing on a different map with the same parameters here. And they just completely wiped the floor with the other team in the last round. I see that, Hydrate, don't you worry. But now we're going to see it again. Is Steve playing? I think Steve only plays in NA, but NA is now private, so I don't know if Steve got accepted to play in private, and I have no idea. I'm sorry, I keep calling it NA. It's called Late Night Branch now. Malon's going to yell at me for that one again. It's going to take me a few weeks to get used to that, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, by the way, quick side note, if anyone looks into it and finds a way for partners to turn off ads on their channel, let me know and I will gladly fucking do it. Because again, the only ads I like to run are in the intermissions where I literally need the time, where I can't interact with you, and I might as hell earn a few extra dollars, because that's my stance on it. But that's the only fucking time. Yes, early and late branches is what they've called themselves now. But let's look ahead at the AOs. We have a hill right here. Terminals in the open. A quick reminder, terminals 1 and 2 are 45-second hack times. So it looks like they might forego some of these positions, even though they've got some decent defenses on them. They've also got some nice ridges to cover. But Sector 3 here, this is where you want to defend. And then you got some nice overwatch positions from up here, and then you got a nice perimeter in here as well. So it should be fine. Yeah, all good, Malon. But I still get yelled at. Alright, we should be good otherwise. I don't know, just beyond this with how flat and open the, I guess, outback of Chongo is, I'm really struggling to see how the attackers are going to do this one. They're going to have to put all their eggs in one basket on the northern or southern sides here, get on these high areas to use them as overwatch, and then just push in. Granted, they have the 1117 to work with them as a scout vehicle, and I guess the LAV, but it's not much. but you're probably going to see some heavy vehicle rushing towards these hills. Because otherwise, I don't really see what else they can do here. This is why I don't enjoy FNF as much as I enjoy OFCRA. OFCRA has more vehicles without their guns being rescripted, and they get more support vehicles in general, which makes them interesting to watch. Dixie, yeah. No, I agree. That is a proper assessment of the situation. Again, this is what I was talking about before round 1 started. FNF and OFCRA have different things. FNF, you get a lot more action across those 3 rounds, but OFCRA, they do allow for a lot more stuff in them. And that was all happening before OFCRA started outperforming FNF in terms of number counts. So now that OFCRA is rocking anywhere from like 120 to 150 players a week now, they can do even more grandiose stuff with the vehicles, which is why last week we saw freaking Abrams just massacring people in Fallujah. Granted, they still lost because of a fucking drop the ball on a clutch play, but I mean, yesterday, too, there was a plane with 50 cals in the air that was pretty underutilized. There were Hueys, there were HE boats and Vics, but that one ended up being mainly an infantry one because a lot of those sides just foregoed their assets there. I mean, both sides have both events have a lot of blue on blue. But yeah, OFCRA yesterday definitely broke a record for me in terms of the most amount of blue on blue I've seen from various different groups on both sides. It was messy. There were 11 confirmed team kills. I didn't know it was that fucking high. I knew seven different groups fired upon each other to make blue on blue and red on red. 11 friendly fire kills. Fuck, out of 130. Let me do some math here. That's why I have my phone out. Yeah, like 8.5% of people died to fucking friendly fire deaths. Probably up to 10% when you consider that there were still a few people alive by the end of it. But that's nasty. That's game-changing. Because you have to think about it. That round literally went down to a 1v3. So if one of those sides did not do all those friendly fire kills, I almost said FNF kills there, they could have turned the tide. So statistically, you could say that one side won or lost because of all the friendly fire. That is ridiculous. To lose or win a match because of friendly fire on your side or the other damn side. That's scuffed. That is so freaking scuffed. But looks like Op4 is going to be having a small... Oh, no, they're going to be holding everything. All right. I'm going to be honest. Blue 4, I see them just rushing this hill, using this as Overwatch, and then sending stuff, and then taking the outer terminals, and then moving for the inner one. Anything else? Maybe they'll do like a massive like flank around here, but the map border is literally on this position. So they don't have a choice. They have to take the outline objectives before they move to the inner ones first. So, I don't know. And I was calling that out yesterday. The camos on the OFCRA rounds were pretty similar. Also, bro, are you excited for the AFI thing? Because isn't that tomorrow on the 3rd? I will try to be there. It's either on the 3rd or the 4th, but I will be commentating. Oh god, what are the odds of this round? I didn't even bother to check. Because I know some of you have a strict rule on if you see Pierce Command and you bet on the other person. AFI Arma Finland is doing an op this weekend. It's another PvP match commentary thing. And I'll explain this real quick. When they announced that they were privatizing NA, I immediately asked people, I'm like, hey, so what's going on? And they told me there was a good chance they weren't going to allow casters to do anything. So I spent the next week setting up, doing commentary work in the following 3 categories. OFCRA bonus rounds, AFI, and VTOL VR, which I need to finalize in the setup because now that I had to free up the HDMI cord on my, or port, excuse me, on my 3080 Ti when I built this computer, because I was using an HDMI and an AFI connection for my, I was using the DisplayPort and an AFI, but there's no AFI cable for, am I saying AFI? It's a different connection. Fuck, the big thick white cord that you have to screw in. That one. Yeah, I know. It's not an AF. DVI. That's it. DVI. Fucking hell, I'm getting my terms confused. But there's no DVI slots on a 3080 Ti. So... Did y'all break the server? You know... How'd TSB do yesterday? I wasn't in a TSB up here. Oh my god, what the hell? You know, we're just gonna ignore that. Just gonna write down the timestamp. I'm gonna drink that hydrate I saw earlier. Yeah, that happened. But yeah, no, so I had to get another DisplayPort cable for both of my monitors to be on DisplayPorts to free up the HDMI port, which I was using temporarily, so I can have that HDMI port for my VR headset, which requires an HDMI port. It looked kind of cool, but it was definitely messy. So you got all these blue 4Vics rushing out. You got one rushing around on the northern side. SCPs have breached the containment. Yeah, literally. Good God. So now that I'm freed up to do that, I want to start doing that next week. It's just my schedule for this month is really messy. Bloodway and I, we have a lot of date-related stuff planned. Took too much adrenaline, yeah, right? Sayak almost got run over by his own Vic. You see his blood right there. A lot of people moving plus someone having a connection issue, yeah, will cause the server to have a heart attack. I know exactly what you mean. All right, so we have some heavy guns firing on the north. That's the BTR-80 firing at some vehicles. We got Green 4 set up right here and engaging. Oh, this is bad. They've been forced to dismount right here in the open. And they're taking heavy fire. I just heard AT launch. It was a miss as Blue 4 rushed in, and now we're immediately getting engaged from multiple fronts. You see a vehicle get cooked off here. Multiple people down. Sexy dice plus paper pain when. Oh my god. If we get really desperate for money. Yeah, I mean, despite all this, let's see, Whiplash, wow, he got picked off immediately. That's unfortunate because he did so well last round. He's the only KIA on Green 4. Meanwhile, Blue 4 have taken 2 casualties in Delta 1 and 2 casualties in Alpha 2. They do have only a 6% number advantage, which isn't that much. Hey, we just saw another guy get killed off. Hi, Dream, you already dead?
Oh my god.
I assume you're already dead.
Not for the
yes,
reason.
you are.
Not for the reason.
And you're all the way back at base. Did you...
So I was trying to be sneaky and get across the rock face, and then it got to 1 second, and I was like, oh, fuck.
You are...
And I blew up.
Amazing. So you killed yourself. Congratulations.
That was how I 15 seconds I'll make it.
Ooh, AT firing on the rear. That took out the 1117, killed one of the 3 crew, and now they've got no vehicle to work with here. Infantry are just going to be forced to do some large smoke charges here, but they will eventually run out of smoke. This is not looking good for Blue 4. And then you got the Op 4 BTR, excuse me, Green 4 BTR on the northern side, already on 4 kills, and it's going to continue to pick people off.
Spoiler alert, guys. I didn't make it.
For NA?
Huh?
Or for the late night branch, or what?
Oh, no. Well, I don't know. I never applied. No, I was just saying that that I never made it. I tried to make it, like where I just blew up.
Yeah, you killed yourself, I know. Goober. Well, I am trying to give Blue Force some credit here. They are utilizing the terrain to the best of their ability, but it's getting messy. And you're already seeing, oh god, the fucking Scandi Recon starting to send forces up to counterattack on the flank. This is gonna get ugly. It's gonna be a quick round, though. Whew.
That's good.
But, I mean, this is a tough AO here because it is a lot of open terrain, so it's very difficult to work with.
I don't know if you saw the admin message, but in Sector 3, or like Terminal 3, if you look at a certain angle, and you can do it on Spectator as well, the ground will disappear.
I see. Not surprised, because again, that's the use of the deformer tool, but I don't know if Scandy's going to be at AFI. Yeah, no, I actually don't know if Scandi Recon plays AFI events. I think they might have tried 1 or 2 in the past, but that's definitely an Azariah question. Excuse me, Lone Survivor of Us question if he drops by. They won't? Yeah, Mal's also part of AFI's, or, excuse me, Scandi, so. I saw the hydrate, and I just drank, don't you worry. You got this BTR still coming around and picking people off. They're on 5 kills now. And if you're wondering why it all looks so clean these days, that's because we recently built a new PC. And I just drank the other hydrate, don't you worry. I did both. Oh shit! It is Steve! Steve is here! And he's leading the charge! Go, Steve! Look at this man just dodging bullets here. So, for those of you who don't know, Steve became a fan favorite last week with all the BS he pulled in the NA branch. Oh god, Steve is in trouble. Steve is in a lot of trouble. Nope, Steve is still alive. He's doing Steve things. AT finally hit the BTR. Looking at their roster here, the gunner died, the driver's still up.
Yeah, I'm gonna run
and it cooked off.
Food. Please entertain my one viewer.
Okay, have fun. All right, you got Puma coming around, trying to move south, but he's got a full thing of Scandi Recon to the south that are moving up on him. Naps is also pushed up. He is trying to pick off additional forces here. And I think Steve, nope, he's still alive up there. All right, great. AT firing into infantry as well. It's not doing too hot, but let's see if Scandy's able to clean up a lot of Blue 4 here in this massive counterattack they're trying to pull. You also have a techie coming around on the right side. That's Platoon. And again, it's just the counterattacks are really doing some damage here. Puma trying to line up some GLs. More AT being fired. Not sure if that just killed someone. But they're trying. They are certainly freaking trying here. This is just a brutal counterattack at this point. And you're seeing some knockouts starting to stack up back here as forces continue to push through. But one little worrisome issue I have here is all of these Blue 4 guys are basically turning to engage at this point. And we might see some green on green situations like here. Nafs might not realize he's being engaged. Popsy getting knocked out. Deska Keeper trying to hold. We had Puma up here. He is now down. Nemesis was down. He woke back up. And the counterattack continues. This is going to push them to go more to the left. You got the PKM techie now coming around. And they are trying to hit infantry in the rear here. They're doing a little bit of damage. Yeah, I am worried Green 4 overextended, but this is just the force that was defending that Terminal 2, closing the gap, and they're encircling the remaining Blue 4 elements. As you see Blue 4 trying to do another smoke push. Neither side has taken a significant amount of casualties yet, but I'm a little worried based off of Green 4's counterattack that this could turn around. I think we just had another Green 4 guy get picked off here. I just did a free hydrate. I don't know why. Swola somehow doing the medic animation to medic someone else. All right, Charlie 1, we got multiple people down up here. Popsy looks like he woke back up. Casual trying to run up. He's taking fire. Yeah, if he can just outlast the Daedalus, his reload there. Oh, but he gets saved by someone on the rear. Naf's now coming up. He's moving around. Immediately starts taking shots. Deska Keeper wakes back up, and wow. That's a great pickoff right there. Now we see only one body over here, which means that Techie might have been destroyed. Ah, yeah, so the gunner was picked off. But now you're starting to see Blue 4 charging these positions. Green 4 don't have a lot holding here, so if Blue 4 can continue to move a majority of their infantry in, we could actually still see an upset here.
What have I missed?
Nothing much.
Fair enough.
And there's a regular hydrate. So the counterattack that Green 4 has done has helped kind of push all of Blue 4 to move around. Scandy on Bravo here might get slowed down to continue the push. But now it's just going to be all up to Blue 4 to continue and basically come around to the AO, but there's a lot of Green 4 that could potentially stop them. There's a nice little valley to move up on these ridge lines, but could still really go either way here. Blue 4 still has a good chunk of infantry to continue their push, but it looks like Green 4 is pulling all of their forces out to just continue on with counterattacking. JY, I will do so.
Jeez, I thought Blue 4 would have been smacked, but it seems like...
Yeah, no, I think the counterattack actually helped push and rally all their forces, and now they can keep it going.
So how many terminals have they captured so far? None?
None. We're only 12 minutes in, though, so it's not too bad.
But they've gotten quite far, albeit small map.
You still got Scandy stuck on that hill. They're dealing with stragglers, so they can't support in this final push. But looking at everything, Charlie coming out as well. They could come around and then hit on the flank here, or they could push out to support Scandy, and then these two groups can merge and then hit the flank of Blue 4's attack. I don't see Blue 4 winning this, in all honesty. Yeah, I think they're going to be able to get a capture on Terminal 1, but I think Green 4 are just too well organized here to allow Blue 4 to gain any ground after this, in all honesty. I'm doing all right, Scott. I hope you're doing okay as well. Dream got 0 kills because he is a goober. This force coming up. Yes, I hydrate, don't worry. So there's the first hack started. We'll see if Green 4 tries to close the gap here. More Blue 4 coming into the actual objective itself. the one issue here is Blue 4 is going to have to vacate this position when the terminal finishes the hack. Green 4 doesn't seem to be making too much of an effort to push in and stop it. And you already see Blue 4 quickly pulling out because they realize they're not going to have a lot of time to actually get out of there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Green 4 are letting... They're coming to a valley now, and they've got Delta on one side, now on the other. And they're now just moving into a kill zone. If they can get some nades out, it would be huge. But they're not capitalizing on it at the moment.
So you got to be careful, too, because a lot of Blue 4's group is still cut off from this small force going forward. But not a lot of Green 4 are there on the defensive line. They're all kind of just around. So if one group actually manages to break through, in terms of Blue 4 breaking through Green 4, they could still rush this objective because a lot of Green 4 is out of position.
I think Lurch just popped the nade into the valley first.
Nice. I just watched a grenade blow up in some dude's face. Ooh. We need to see Scandy and Charlie now push on the rear, because if they keep out of this position, they're not going to do too much. I think it's still evenly split between the remaining Green 4 garrison and Blue 4, if not slightly in Blue 4's favor, which is why we need to see these two squads that did this flanking attack coming around and start hitting the rear of Blue 4.
How much you just managed to say that they fought out while holding a smoke, but Green 4 are kind of dropping one.
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
This huge force here.
Yeah, there's always another round. I don't think Blue 4 is going to win this, because now you're starting to see Green 4's kind of reposition their forces here. Yeah, Blue 4, we just saw them get a few nice pickoffs here, but I think eventually we're going to see... Wait, what's Charlie doing here?
Charlie HQ.
Are they? I think they're moving back to the objective itself to dismount and stop the front push, but that's really risky.
Yeah. They're maneuvering to support Delta, who are probably screaming that they're being attacked on all sides when it's just one direction, but...
I mean, these are some of the elite players, though.
Yeah, Blue 4 were doing real well, but...
They did a great... Yeah. Oh, Depso just got bitch slapped right there. Now you're seeing some flanking fire from Aim at the Balls. He just killed one guy, knocked out another. Just heard some satchels get fired here as Stark is trying to pick off people on the rear. And now I think we're just going to see a cleanup over the next 3 to 5 minutes, in all honesty. Scandy's mounting up in some Vics. They'll drive into the AO. But this has just been some really brutal CQC in this valley here.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, 418 is just not going to work this time.
Obviously they weren't, I don't know how much or how obvious
Yeah, but now you're seeing that classic Papega aggression just sweeping through the entire southern group for Blue 4 is dead.
Yeah, that's completely...
Regular
Their problem here was coming... I mean, the north wasn't a bad attack, but I think the south would have been much better for an attacking option, because you would have come up in cover onto that hill and been able to set base of fire over onto Terminal 3. That valley tore them apart because they all went through it in a single file line.
Yeah. Kicker trying to put shots on Iqbal. He finishes up with Artisan.
Oh, some friendly fire going on in the confusion.
Now there are only 3, 4, 5, 6 Blue 4 remaining. I think Wise was able to... Someone back there was able to pick off Stark. Don't know who. But,
yeah, I saw him disconnect.
And now you got, let's see... everyone pulling back the Terminal 2 there, and now you're just going to see Papega continue to sweep through. Probably done in another 2 minutes total, to be honest. This was a great back and forth. Blue 4 had the right idea, but I think, again, this was one of those AOs where it was kind of scuffed against the attackers from the get-go, and it didn't help that they lost some of their heavy assets in the beginning due to some great AT shots by the defenders.
Yeah. I mean, this map isn't bad, and I like the mission.
Put all those bodies down there.
And especially where Blue 4 had to come from, they just don't have a lot of options, and Green 4 were really well positioned to place their AT where they wanted, where Bravo 2 was, and where Bravo HQ was. Obviously, now they've been pushed off, but those AT shots is what, you know, that started like a domino effect of just ruining Blue 4's ultimate plan.
Blue 4 down to 5.
Pierce,
Keen on 3 kills, holding here. Knocks one out. Not surprised.
He's probably talking to Cake here right now.
Yep, they're coordinating a flank attack here.
Cake can't get his shot.
Can't line it up.
Hides behind a tiny tree.
He's doing a bit of a spray, but it's going all over the damn place. Now, is that Keen? Yep, he's repositioned, gets the pick off. 3 alive, 1 down. And you got Artisan doing a wide flank here as well.
Charlie HQ, they've got the
4 up.
The PKP.
Keen trying to push down. He takes fire from Zen and Mail. Artisan coming up the flank. He's probably going to pick off Wayne, who's trying to hold rear security, but he's not looking at the right angle. One of the Blue 4 goes down to Kane. The second one goes down because they also roll up with the PKP techie. 2 alive. Artisan doesn't check left, so he doesn't see Wayne. And now they're pulling back to the left. I'm hoping Cake here catches them because otherwise it's just going to extend the round.
Oh, he is. He's moving that way. Oh, but it doesn't matter.
Suppressive fire from Scandi on the other hill.
Wise running back. Cake Kim might just dodge him. No,
Wise sees him at this point. Yep.
To be fair, I don't blame him for not shooting him because it's you're going to be shot from behind. But here comes King. Wise is going to come down and take out Cake here.
Cake here is double tapping.
Or he'll drop. Oh, he sees Thompson and Pro Hunter.
Wayne's up with him. GL goes a little short.
Did hit
trying to kick off Thompson there, but Wayne isn't able to line the shot up.
Yeah, and
Wise throws a satchel.
It does not. That was a bad satchel because of the little incline. KK hears it and runs.
I'd imagine Papega's going to charge them out. We see a long grenade throw right into Artisan. Holy shit!
What a fucking net hit on KK against Wise.
He only had a few bullets left in his mag. Another one. It goes far.
It might still.
Cake here switching to his handgun, only to get picked up by King as King gets shot up by Mutant.
King killed Cake Gear, and Cake Gear killed the Blue 4 guy. So,
my God,
King's definitely seen him, and he's covered.
He's getting friendly fired, but it's a 1v1 at this point, folks.
And King is, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Wise got the
bug where when you're prone and when you try to look up and it automatically makes you look up.
That's so annoying. I hate that one so much. Bit of classic blue on blue to end the round.
Woo! Green 4, again, the defenders decisively won that because of the counterattacks. Because they put the right people on defense.
Exploding within the first 5 minutes was an interesting thing.
I bet it was, buddy. And a regular hydrate to chase.